Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of the Kit Batch Kitchen. In today's episode we're going to focus on a side salad that is typically served in the south of France. No, we're not speaking of a French Riviera salad. Quite frankly, I couldn't afford the security arrangement necessary to guard the ingredients of a French Riviera salad. Instead, we're going to be focusing on two other regions in the south of France, the Camargue and Provence. If you're unfamiliar with the Camargue is famous for its pink flamingos, the white horses splashing through the surf, the cowboys who ride those white horses that round up the indigenous bulls that are in the area. Provence, on the other hand, you may be familiar with, is famous for lavender as well as spices such as garlic and rosemary. It's also the region where the Rhone River meets the Mediterranean and the famous red wine known as Côtes du Rhône comes from, which is not to be confused from the ever popular Goats du Rhône wine from South Africa. It's a real thing. You can look it up. Anyway, so moving on with our salad. The reason why we're going with a salad is because it's actually got an explosion of flavor combinations that is worthy of an episode. It is typically served alongside a meal of the bull steaks. The bulls that I mentioned a few moments ago are usually served rare with a Roquefort sauce for dipping, and then this accompanying side salad. So let's get started on building ourselves a Camargue salad.
Our recipe has been scaled to produce 4 dinner-sized portions, and with any salad it starts with our mixed greens. So what we're looking for here is to produce a medley of greens that includes 1 bitter lettuce type. A red lettuce usually works well, Arugula or romaine. And if you're feeling lazy, you can actually go to the store and get one of these spring mix medleys that usually contains at least 1 bitter lettuce type. So that's what we're going to go with. In addition to that, we're going to add other vegetables, and we're trying to maintain a texture of crunch. So we will be using some chopped celery, a diced red bell pepper, and some thinly sliced red onion. Unfortunately, with the high-speed motion camera in the shop, I am unable to demonstrate my breathtakingly fast vegetable chopping skill for you on camera. So let's instead focus on embellishing the flavor notes of our salad. Let's start with some chopped walnuts here, which will introduce some salty notes to our salad. They will embellish the bitter notes of our salad, as well as maintain the crunchy notes of our salad. To that, we will add some cran-raisins, which will introduce the first of our sweet notes to our salad, as well as the first of our sour notes to our salad.
So now we've reached a point where we're going to add the cheese to our salad. The salad that I had in the Camargue was always served with goat cheese, actually chèvre cheese, which comes in those little white discs. They kind of look like white hockey pucks. That cheese embellishes the sour notes of the salad. We could also go another way. We could go the way of blue cheese or Roquefort, and that would enhance the bitter notes of the salad. But for the sake of this one, we're trying to capture the essence of the original as much as possible. We will be adding goat cheese in the form of Feta.
Okay, now it's time to actually assemble the salad dressing itself. We're going to be drawing from the flavors from Provence for this in the form of olive oil, the fig infused vinegar, and finally the garlic. Now, you need 1 to 3 garlic cloves depending on how garlicky you like your salad dressing. We like it really garlicky, so we're going to go with 3. To that, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 entire tablespoon's worth of honey. Now, normally you would also add in some powdered dried mustard to a balsamic vinaigrette dressing, but since we don't want that flavor to compete with our fig infused vinegar, we're going to leave that portion out. Then we add in our 1/2 cup of olive oil. Now we add our 1/4 cup of fig infused balsamic vinegar, making sure that we spill a little on our finger for good luck, and then we simply blend the mixture until it is smooth. Okay, now that our salad dressing is completely blended, we will add 1/4 of it to our single dinner salad portion. And then we will add some fresh cracked pepper to finish things off here. And our salad is ready to go. Enjoy.
So some closing thoughts about today's episode regarding some variations to this salad. So we talked earlier about potentially using blue cheese as a substitute for feta or a goat cheese if you can get it. We used feta as a replacement for goat cheese because it brought in the sour component that the chèvre would have normally brought in. We can also try a few other things. I've seen raisins used instead of cran-raisins, which tones down the sour note and ups the sweet. We can also try, I've also seen in the south of France, chopped beets used instead of cran-raisins. Not a personal favorite, but it's definitely worth a go. Then we can also play with the different infused vinegars. We could choose to use pear infused vinegar. If we do that, that actually goes very well with the gorgonzola or blue cheese option. And lastly, you can take that one step further by swapping the honey with maple syrup, which also goes with the pear and the gorgonzola. So that's about it for today. If you've liked what you've seen, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time, keep kit bashing in your kitchen.